lumped together quite frequently.
Yeah. I had the opportunity to meet Barbara Steele. That's why she's going to be a
Oh, you
Texas
did?
Frightmare. Yeah,
Oh,
she's.
nice.
Yeah, that's like, I mean, gosh, that was probably 5 or 6 years ago. She was in Portland. They did a horror convention in Portland.
Well, I'm going to interrupt everyone temporarily to say, welcome, everyone. This is Epic Sketch Time. We are live. Epic Sketch Time is an online drawing group. We've been around for, somewhere between 6 or 7 years. We're currently meeting Mondays at 4:30 Pacific Time. Check out our Facebook page, which is Epic Sketch Time, and you can also see past videos of our sessions either there or on my YouTube channel. I'm Mark Monlux, the name's right there. And I live in Tacoma, Washington. I'm a freelance illustrator, and today I'm going to be working on I'm going to be just doing some doodles and possibly filling out an application for some work I'm doing to the city, because that just popped in on my email. So up next is Bill.
Hi, I'm Bill Morse. I live in Seattle, Washington, and I am a freelance illustrator and cartoonist. And today I am going to be working on my comic strip, Rhapsodies.
Katie, you're up next.
Hi, good afternoon. This is Katie. See, I'm tired. I live in Bonnie Lake, Washington. I'm a writer and an artist, and you can find me on Instagram at Evil Girlfriend Media. I am working on what I call a little bite-sized painting of Barbara Steele in The Curse of the Crimson. Oh gosh, I already forgot the end of it. The Crimson Altar.
Oh, sorry about that. Let out a big sigh there. I'm sending Roger a quick little text. And should anyone else join along the way, we did have a couple of people sign up via Eventbrite. I will include you as you come in. And I'm going to be double checking my Facebook links to see if anyone else is trying to reach us. But yeah, thank you, everyone. We had some fun last week. I'm looking forward to having just as much fun this week.
Yeah. One fun thing that came up after same day last week, I finally saw Everywhere, Everything, All at Once.
Oh, we're jumping right into movies, are we?
Well, we were already talking about whether the film that Katie was drawing was Hammer or not. So
that's true. That's true. Katie brought up the movie subject first. So did you enjoy it, Bill?
Oh, very much so. I'm very happy how well it's doing in the box office, considering when I first saw it advertised and saw people I follow rave about it, I assumed that it would be one of those nice little eccentric pieces that are on the favorite of the year films of only eccentric types like people who attend this group. So I was very happy that it's been nominated for the Academy, and at the same time, there's something really cool about a movie that is technically a martial arts film having a hug as a finishing move.
I'm really rooting for Jamie Lee Curtis to get an Oscar.
Definitely. And I like how playing against type so much that I only recognized her when I saw her name on the credits.
At SummerCon, I saw someone cosplaying as her character, complete with sausage fingers.
Oh,
It was absolutely wonderfully done.
the sausage fingers version of her was quite sweet. For a second there, I thought it would be the one with the bagel stapled to her forehead.
Well, I plan on watching Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania in IMAX. Oh, he got it in 2D, not 3D. I'm going to have to mention that to him. He knows I like 3D. Oh, he always does this. He's so quick on the draw of ordering movies.
Mm-hmm.
But it could be that he might have to say, "Oh, I need a break from 3Ds."
On that note, on the Marvel front, I finally saw Wakanda Forever on Saturday.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm. I'm not going to say it's compared to Black Panther, it was kind of disappointing, but not quite as, but perfectly acceptable, and nothing like what some of the people who were complaining about it were saying.
I'm wondering if the reason he was able to get the movie on my friend likes to get movies on opening weekend, and I'm wondering if the reason he was able to get these seats was because it was in a 2D and not 3D. But I should have double checked with him. Good. Both he and his son are on the 3D experience, but yeah, I've always loved the 3D experience.
I'm not that big on 3D. I don't know whether it's due to my mild stigmatism or not, but most of the time it doesn't do anything for me, and when it does, it gives me eye strain.
Oh, you want eye strain? You need to watch a double feature using those blue and red lenses in black and white. That's eye strain. This new 3D with the polarized glasses, that's practically massaging your eyeballs in comparison.
When I saw, maybe it was the theater, maybe it's you need the specific set right, but when I saw Coraline in 3D, massage is not the word I would use.
Well, I found that for a good 3D experience, you do need to be in the center of the theater, or you need to be right in front of the screen, and you need to be farther back. So I tend to go about 3/4 of the way back to get a really good experience. That if you're off to the side, and definitely if you're up close, that can be a rough ride. Up close and to the side, a very rough ride. Now, have you guys, either of you, ever seen a film at the Cinerama in Panavision? Now, in Panavision, what they do is they use 3 different projectors. And so the screen is actually curved. And they project the image in 3 quadrants with those quadrants overlapping.
I don't think I have, though I have seen them marketed as such on occasion there. I haven't gone to see anything at the Cinerama for a while. I should start paying attention to their lineup more, because that used to be the best way to see a film was at the Cinerama.
Now, the last film that I know that was done in using that extra wide effect was The Hateful Eight, because Quentin Tarantino, he always admired that, and he was talking to a filmographer about that, and the filmographer says, "I want you to come with me." And they walked over into the next studio, and says, "That's it. That's the lens right there." And he says, "What?" And Quentin goes, "What, really?" He says, "Yeah," and they're all functioning. So if you want to do a movie, and so he got really hot to use that for one of his films. And he does make an excellent use of it during the film. But and they did a special release there are 11 theaters in the country that still have the capability of showing those. And they showed it up in Seattle, but I had a project and I couldn't go up that day.
Bummer.
Well, one, it's a long movie. Two is, you have to take off time in the middle of the day to go up there. And then I had to make sure that whether or not I'd be able to pick up my wife and deal with her schedule. And things just didn't line up, but it would have been sweet. But I have seen Lawrence of Arabia in Panavision.
I don't know if I saw it in Panavision, but I did see Lawrence of Arabia in Cinerama.
Oh, pardon me, Cinerama. Or at the Cinerama?
Yes.
Odds are you might have saw it in Pan. I wonder. I'm trying to think of what other movies I've seen in Panavision. I have seen Star Wars at the Cinerama, but I don't know if it was in. I doubt if they used they probably were just using regular projectors, but.
Was that the originally or the quote director's cut unquote?
When it first came out, dude.
Okay.
We're talking, I had my bell bottoms on and my sheepskin jacket and my platform shoes. So. Something they don't tell you about those platform shoes is that if you peel up the bottom of your shoe, it makes a nifty little hiding compartment.
Oh, goodness.
Because the heels are hollow.
Uh-huh.
So.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, isn't that a picture? Platform shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Bell bottoms. Well, yeah.
Yeah, the scary thing is, at least based on your old business card, I can very easily picture you dressed that way.
I loved that sheepskin jacket, man. I wore that sheepskin jacket for years. The thing I did not have, but my brother Randy had, was a Greek sailor's hat.
Mm-hmm.
And my brother Cliff made the fine investment to get a puka shell necklace, which those things are expensive, the real ones. You had to save up for it. I think he spent like a whole $50, which was
that's a lot then.
Back in the 70s, yeah, $50 was fair amount.
Especially if you were young. Oh my gosh.
My parents asked him what he wanted for his birthday when he turned 16. He says, "I want $50." So we're at dinner. Are you ready for your president? He says, yes, I am. So my dad takes out a stack that's bound from the bank. Here you go, $50
Ones.
in ones.
Oh
And
man.
so he takes off the bat. He makes a show of counting every single one of them. A 1, a 2, a 3. Oh, we were eating at some seafood place that night.
Sorry, guys, I'm making some noise, digging around.
Oh, that's okay. You mixing up paint?
Yeah, I have some metallic acrylics, and I don't use them very often because for whatever reason, they're the Arteza, but they're only they're Arteza, they're premium, but if you try to varnish these, it's bad news bears. If you varnish these bad boys, they're like, it just streaks. Even if you let it dry for like a long time, it still doesn't work in your favor. So I don't use them very often, but since I know I'm not going to varnish these, I'm like one of my only goals. I really didn't set a lot of goals for myself for this year. I just don't feel like doing it. But one of my goals though that I did set for myself was I was going to use my art supplies because I felt like it was a goal I could actually achieve. So I'm like, I need to pull these out here and use them. So I mean, I don't know, like my goal for last year that I really wanted to sell at a minimum $5,000 in art. But since the tax bracket, all the taxes stuff changed, I don't even know if it's worth it to sell $5,000 worth of art because taxes are crazy. Might just start giving it away.
You won't sell $5,000 worth of art. No, I'm just.
I probably wouldn't. Well, I think I sold what total at Texas last year, like 16 or 18. So
that's great.
It could happen if I'd been more prepared this year, but
no, you needed to do more than just a couple shows to make that much.
Yeah.
Most of my shows, I make about $1,500. Sometimes I make $2,000, and that's net.
Right. Yeah, I feel like I have such a long way to go before, I just have so much to do. But I keep telling myself it's like, one step at a time. If all I can do this year is work on my skills, then that's something I worked on towards achieving.
I get it. I've been doing that with watercolors recently.
Yeah, it's okay. It wouldn't be okay if this was, I depended on this for this, as my livelihood. But since I don't, I think as I get closer to retirement, I'm slowly transitioning my mindset, but I still have to, focus on the career I actually have. It's okay.
We believe you.
We watched a romantic comedy last night. I can't even remember the name of it, but it was on Netflix. It was in the spirit of Valentine's Day, but we're probably going to watch a horror movie tonight because that's what I requested. I was like, we can't watch a romantic movie on Valentine's Day.
You could do a little bit of both and watch Warm Bodies.
I was thinking Shaun. We were also talking about Shaun of the Dead.
Oh,
that counts as a good romantic horror movie.
I love that movie. So, and so does he.
I not I haven't seen all of his stuff, but every film by that guy I adore. I love the subtlety of how they bring in the zombies in Shaun, where by the time he notices it's too late. And the other thing I like about it is when you reading between the lines, if they hadn't panicked and stayed up locked in their apartment, they wouldn't have had the problem.
Right. But the pub was the solution.
All of the people who were having the zombie apocalypse scenario were all the idiots who panicked and were running around.
Yeah. Yeah, that is very true.
Well, don't forget that his roommate was one of the very first people to
yeah, the roommate they didn't like.
Yes.
Oh.
The only part of Shaun of the Dead that I didn't like was the scene with their favorite bartender.
Oh, where the bartender was a zombie?
Yeah. And I know this sounds stupid, but because they've gotten quite proficient at dealing with zombies for the last quarter of the film, the fact that they were having trouble dealing with the bartender, mostly out of what is clearly rule of funny, rubbed me the wrong way. I mean, yes, I know I admit that's nitpicking, but I'm going, guys, even you, yes, I know your characters are supposed to be idiots, but you've gotten fairly good at this in the last half hour.
Right. Yeah, they had to be cornered somewhere so that they could get rescued and the movie could end. Yeah, I remember when that movie came out. I really was very excited about it.
Yeah, so I still need to see the third one of that trilogy, though
At the World's End. Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen At the World's End, but I haven't seen Hot Fuzz.
I've seen all three.
Yeah.
I think Shaun of the Dead's still the best, but they're good though.
Yeah, and as far as the guy's work in general, I love Scott Pilgrim.
I like the movie Dave. Was it Dave? What was the name of the alien? Was that Dave? Or
that wasn't by him, was it? Yes, it had the two. Yes, it had the two actors, and I'm being terrible with remembering names today.
Peleg Top.
Simon Pegg and
Simon Pegg. I remember.
Oh, pardon me, Simon Pegg. God, why was I thinking Peleg Top? Oh.
Yeah, I mean.
I'm busy doing this DocuSign form, which is why I'm not saying anything.
Everybody said also watch My Bloody Valentine. And I don't know. That
My
movie's
Bloody
okay.
Valentine isn't the best Valentine's Day movie. I watched a horror movie that was a little out of season. Black Christmas.
Really?
The
okay.
old one, because I wanted to make sure I'd seen it. And yes, I had seen it. But I totally forgot that it had the The actress from Raiders of the Lost Ark, Kidder,
Margot Kidder?
Margot Kidder. Margot Kidder was in that one, as well as the actor who was in From Beyond the Stars, and he was the police cop. He played the bad guy in Battle Beyond the Stars. Okay, this is confirming that the form is filled out. That's great.
Congratulations. I filled out the form for the what is the name of that show? The Washington Summer Con. I have not been approved yet. But they did receive my application.
Yeah, I also applied for that. I also applied for a show here in Tacoma called Tacoma Night Market, which is going to be not this weekend, but the following weekend.
Oh, yes, I believe you meant, oh, sorry.
So they finally sent me the right link to that. Apparently I was on the page and I wasn't seeing I was just clutter blindness. It was okay, I could blame it on the website, but I just wasn't seeing it. And I keep looking over to see if anyone else wants into this group. I'm not seeing anyone.
Yeah, the gentleman who came last week, he was pretty interesting. He was a lot of fun.
Yeah. You know, one more visit and he would have been able to get on our doobly-doo down below. That's right, folks. If you come and join us at Epic Sketch Time for 3 visits, you can get a link in the doobly-doo. Go down below and see what other famous illustrators and cartoonists have shown up. Though, Katie, you never gave me a link because you just don't want one.
Yeah, I don't need, well, one I thought I did give, but that's okay. Like, I don't really have anything I don't have anything to offer anyone right now. Like, I don't even think my website's up to date. I need to go.
Well, you can always do, I mean, how's your Instagram page?
It's not looking great. Like, one of the things I need to, well, no, when I say it's not looking great, like there's all these, you know, for an artist Instagram, there's like all of these like things they say that you should do to make your Instagram aesthetically, you know, appealing, and I don't follow any of those rules. So
well, I don't either. I mean, I've taken some classes and I have a fairly good idea how to make it. All they want is just a consistent style, and I think you do a nice consistent style.
Yeah, I feel like I'm still doing my normal, you know, look. Like, you can obviously tell this is my work, but I feel like with these little mini prints I'm doing, I tried to give it kind of a, I don't know, kind of a rough look. I don't know how I would describe it.
We do have someone joining us. Here's Roger.
Hey.
Owen. Speaking of Instagram, has everybody seen that Hootsuite is discontinuing the freebies?
Really?
What? Oh, really? Hootsuite is, no one can do freebies on Hootsuite anymore.
I may be misunderstanding if that's what it looked like.
Because I know that a few months ago they cut back, whereas, okay, if you're doing a free thing, you could only send to 3 social media accounts freely.
Yeah.
And that you could only, it used to be that you could queue up like 30 of them.
Yeah, and
but then they cut that back to like just 10 postings. So I haven't been using it as much.
yeah, I mean, I've been using it fairly regularly, but even though with that limitation, it's been a nuisance, and so I've been sort of apparently they're going to be stopping everything until on March 31st, and I'm sort of trying to figure out what I should do instead.
Yeah, what are the, I mean, wasn't there a Twitter?
There's a Twitter app that I use, but not very much, especially I wasn't using Twitter that much even before Elon Musk.
So Buffer is saying, Buffer takes care of time-consuming tasks like scheduling, publishing, and analyzing your posts. Our free plan offers all you need to achieve your social media goals and grow a larger audience. So apparently there's Buffer.
Okay.
I clicked on the link that said Buffer, why we will stay free forever. And when I clicked on that, all it did was take me to this page and didn't tell me why they were going to stay free forever.
They probably wanted you to give your email to them. I've come to realize your email is worth something, because man, after you have to sit there and unsubscribe to everything for what feels like forever, you're actually it's worth something. It's your time having to deal with deleting all that stuff. Ugh.
And I want to thank Roger for coming. Thank you so much, Roger.
Is this Roger from Spokane?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
This is Roger.
Hi, Roger.
Roger is an animator from Spokane and a frequent visitor to Epic Sketch Time.
Yeah, hi everyone.
It's good to hear your voice, Roger.
Yes,
Oh,
it
okay,
is.
great.
One of these days I'll figure out how to I'll learn how to paint. This is not the picture where I'm going to do that.
Oh, and as I was saying, I was making some good progress on my painting. Did I show you the train picture that I did a couple of weeks ago?
I don't know.
Show me.
Okay, yeah, just a second. I had everybody know what Hadestown is?
I'm not sure.
No.
Sorry.
Hadestown is a Broadway musical that does a modern day version of the myth of Orpheus and Eurydice with a bit of Hades. And so anyway, and Mark has the screen share disabled.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, shame.
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah. So where is it? So anyway, a couple of weeks ago, I had the soundtrack to it stuck in my head, and I was just sort of sketching at a coffee house Saturday morning, and as I said, I had it stuck in my head, and so. Oops. So I ran with it.
Nice job.
And it went over very well at one of my critique groups.
Yeah, you got the doing steam and clouds is really tough, and I think you captured it.
Yeah, this one was good enough that I think I'm going to try it on the good paper. And the steam, I'm happy with the clouds. The steam, I need to make it a little more transparent, because while I'm happy with it, can't completely tell whether it's steam or snow.
Now, if you want to get rid of the hard edge on on the shading. One of the things that I was doing was when I did some clouds, kept the paper dry on the bottom, and I knew where I was going to draw the crisp edge to outline the white cloud in front, but I wanted it to fade off on the top. And so I would do a quick strip of water above it and then do the line of color down below, and then let it just touch that bit of water at the, where I wetted the paper on the top and had it kind of bleed up.
Yeah. Oh, and on a side note, I finished this one last night, which not quite as creative, but from a I've got control over the tools again thing, it felt quite good. So based on that, I look forward to be cranking out some better pieces, but the Hadestown one was nice because I had worried that I'd let myself get rusty again, and while yes I was rusty, it wasn't quite as rusty as I worried I had been, considering I really hadn't done anything since that October series that I did for Halloween. And considering that Halloween series was supposed to get my painting chops back where they're supposed to be, I was saying you were doing this very good exercise all of October, and you blew it by not doing anything else for 3 months afterwards.
Well, Bill, I'm online trying to check out the most recent thing I found was posted in 2003. 2023, pardon me. And it's saying what I said before, that you can, the free account, you can have up to 3 social media portals in it, and only schedule 30 posts.
And this is Hootsuite?
This is Hootsuite.
Okay.
But this is from a website Planet. So I'd like to know what your source is that says that it's not going to be free anymore.
I thought my source was Hootsuite, but here, just a second.
And when they say, I'm trying to find other free options, and they're saying, oh, here's a free option. But what they're not saying is this is a temporary free option because it's, free for a limited time. When you get into it, you start signing up.
It's funny when I was getting it's funny you guys are talking about this, because when I was getting my master's.
Yeah, but anyway, this was my source.
Oh, wow.
I.e. from the owl's mouth.
That's terrible. That's awful. Well, you'll have to check out Buffer. There's also another one called Planoly. they say, oh, it's an Instagram scheduler, and they say their free plan never expires.
Right. Yeah, because I mean, I'm more than happy to pay for something for a service, but considering how much they charged for their pro version before, and it was sort of a case of where, yeah, I'd like to have a little bit of better visibility, but the amount they were charging was definitely above what was higher than what considering how much I use it, didn't seem to be worth it.
My friend's saying, yeah, I got the tickets in IMAX. And I'm kind of going, dude, yes, you did get the tickets in IMAX, but they're in 3D, but you didn't get them in 3D.
Kim was wanting to go see the Ant-Man movie, and then the Flash movie looked really good.
Oh, I have not seen the trailer yet, but I was hearing stuff about it.
I did see the Flash trailer. It did look interesting.
I was hearing they were mentioning bringing back Mr. Mom. Sorry, Michael Keaton as Batman.
Yes, I liked Michael Keaton as Batman.
I liked Michael Keaton and Mr. Mom.
That was a good movie too.
Yeah.
I think he did a movie called Duplicity.
Yeah.
Where he clones himself to get more work done, and then his clone gets tired of doing all the extra work. So the clone makes a clone of himself, and then that clone makes a clone of himself, and all the clones are kind of a little bit more thick and slow versions of the other clones. Until the last clone version is sort of like this, almost doofy, goofy guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
his little kids really like, but I don't know if that movie has legs. And I'm not even sure if Mr. Mom has legs.
It
but
must have. Duplicity must have legs on a low level, because there's so many. I've seen so many shows spoof it. I mean, most noticeably that Gravity Falls episode.
So I found a list of other social media scheduling things, but I think I need to all of these seem to have price tags on them.
Well, can I suggest that you go with open source scheduling on Google?
Open source?
Yeah.
There is a you can do multi-social, schedule multi social media postings on open source?
Maybe. You won't know until you Google them. Google that phrase. And try my site, my favorite site called snapfiles.com.
Oh, really? You like that a lot?
Oh, yeah, yeah. And they've got a whole bunch of shareware and freeware categories. And then there's site called Old Version. Both Windows, Mac, and Linux software. So that may have sharing office type stuff you're looking for, maybe that works for you. I don't
Well,
know.
let's see. There's I finally found a link of it says 12 free social media management tools for every creator. And the first one they mentioned is Hootsuite, which Bill has now confirmed it's going away in March. Let's see. Up next is a tool called Later. Mainly focused on using Instagram marketing, but it allows for multiple social media platforms, including Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, TikTok, and LinkedIn. And let's see, what's the next one we have? Buffer. Buffer works with Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Pinterest. Let's see, it says here, apart from scheduling, free users can seamlessly edit posts for each channel and get suggestions for Twitter hashtags and users to tag on your Facebook or Twitter posts. Okay. It also integrates with 30 plus third-party apps, including IFTTT, Zapier, Pocket, and Feedly. Let's see, number 4, Agora Pulse. Let's see. Looks nice. Number 5, Crowdfire. It says best social media management tool for content planning. Let's see what else we have. Number 6, Canva.
Really? Canva does auto scheduling now too?
You know, I'm going up and rereading what this title says. It says social media management tool. I'm going to go back down because I didn't think Canva did manage. I thought it just created.
I thought it made deliverables, you know, like posts and images and stuff like that, but I didn't. Oh.
I don't know. It doesn't say. It's not very clear here. There's Wistia, says best social media management tool for video content. Maybe things are breaking down into Google Campaign URL Builder. I haven't even heard of this. Let's see. Number 9, GoDaddy Studio, formerly Over.
Oh.
Best, this one's just saying it's mainly just for Instagram. Anyway, I found this on the Linktree blog.
Okay.
There. And I can't share because it's on a computer that doesn't like to share. So. But yeah, I'm going to have to, I'm writing down Buffer as a strong possibility. And what was the other one they mentioned before? Buffer. Later. I'm actually going to click on that. I'm not seeing any free plans for later. I'm seeing a $18 a month plan, a $40 a month plan, and a $80 a month plan.
Jeez Louise. What are you doing with your social media that costs that much?
Well,
I mean,
you
if
know,
you were a business, maybe,
a lot of these,
but
oh, here it is. Here, sometimes you have to look down at the bottom. It says try our plan for free. So I'm going to click on that. Oh, but they want you to create an account before they give you any type of information. Like you said, Katie.
They want that email.
They do. They do.
That's currency.
So, Katie, I think I should. Did I invite you to this Facebook page called Monster Monday?
I don't know.
So what people do is they post a monster they've drawn on Monster Monday every Monday.
Yeah,
Oh, fun. Okay.
I've posted a few of my fearsome critters on it. It's by the same guy who runs the Sunday Cartoon Museum group.
What's that Sunday Museum cartoon group called?
Oh, that's just a second.
Quickly, Bill, it's almost 5:30.
Give me a second to go in my.
No pressure.
It's called the Drawn Show. It's every other second Sunday from noon to 3 p.m.
So let's go back to the topic of romantic horror movies.
Cartoon Art Museum, Sunday afternoon draw and chill.
Yeah.
There's a title that just rolls right off your tongue, isn't it?
I know. I'm like, what?
That sounds like a name I would come up with. I come up with the worst names. Now, James Stowe, he comes up with the best names. He came up with Freelance Fandango. He came up with Epic Sketch Time. Yeah. And folks, believe it or not, it is 5:30. I want to thank everybody for joining me here at the aptly titled, well-named titled Epic Sketch Time. Thank you, James Stowe, for creating this group. Yeah. And I'm taking a quick look at the calendar to see what next week it's looking like. I should be here next week. That shouldn't be a problem. So I look forward to seeing all of you guys next week.
Hey.
At Epic.
Okay.
And I'll do a plug for Freelance Fandango. Freelance Fandango meets online.
Except for national holidays like the one coming up.
Except for national holidays like the one coming up. And that's on Sundays from 10 to 12 Pacific. No, from 11 to 1 o'clock Pacific time.
Yeah,
Pardon me.
And because next week is the Sunday before President's Day, that will be an off week.
Hey, Bill, when is the next online drink and draw with the Cartoonist Northwest?
That is every fourth Thursday, which I believe for this month is the 23rd, which starts at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time.
Now, if anyone happens to be in Tacoma on the fourth Wednesday, go down to the Grand Cinemas between 6 and 8 o'clock. We have a thing called the Grand Drawing Room, where we have a cosplayer come in and act as a model, and anyone can draw her. And it's free. Just come in, bring your own art supplies, and have fun. You got a live model. And meet some of the other people in Tacoma who are also artists. Thank you guys for showing up. I'll see you next week.
Okay. Ciao.
Bye.